Hi, and welcome to my Keto OS Pruvit video. This is an update to my previous Pruvit Keto OS videos. I'll apologize up front. This is not going to be a professional presentation. I've got some notes off to the side, and I'm going to be reading those notes to help keep me on track for what I wanted to talk about. But I wanted to give you guys an update to this keto journey that I've been on. I've been taking Keto OS for about 250 days now. That's about 35 and a half weeks. And I wanted to give you a quick update. So first, let me do the kind of usual disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. Don't take anything I say or anybody else says to be a fact until you've actually went out and researched it yourself. And of course, consult with your doctor or your physician before trying any kind of diet program, supplements, or anything like that. So please research anything and everything you hear me or anybody else say. So don't take anything I say for being fact. Go research it for yourself and find out what you believe and what you can document and verify. I've done lots and lots of research on ketones and therapeutic ketones and Keto OS and ketogenic diets, and I think you should as well. So let me get off here into some of the stuff I want to cover today. Okay, so 250 days in, 35 and a half weeks. The good, bad, and the ugly. So the good is I've lost 45 pounds taking Keto OS twice a day. I really haven't done a lot more. I've exercised a little bit here and there. And really just followed a low-carb, high-fat diet, a ketogenic diet, similar to an Atkins diet or a paleo diet. But I haven't been measuring things, haven't been weighing things, I've been eating pretty much whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and I've lost 45 pounds. So that's the good. The bad is I just came back from a 16-day Alaskan vacation. That wasn't bad. That was actually great. But while on that vacation, I did not take my Keto OS twice a day. I did take supplies of it with me, and I plan to. And you know how it is on vacation. You get on vacation, and just things are going, and I didn't take it. And then after a couple of days of being on vacation, I kind of made the decision that I'm just going to just take the entire vacation off. I'm going to pretty much eat whatever I want. Carbs included, and I wasn't going to worry about it. And then I was going to see, how bad is it when I get back, and just enjoy my vacation. So that's what I did, and I gained about 12 pounds over that 16 days. Now the good news is, when I got back, I went back to taking my Keto OS twice a day and eating a better diet. And I was able to lose 10 of those 12 pounds within the first 2 weeks. So I've been back just about 3 weeks now. So I'm about 2 pounds above my low 240.4, and I'm about 242. So not too bad. So the ugly is I got down to 240.4 or 240.2, somewhere in there, several months ago. And then I kind of have stalled here. I'm still right around 240, 242. And the good part of that is I haven't gained a bunch of weight, but I also haven't continued to lose that 2.2 pounds average that I had been averaging for quite some time. Why is that? What happened? What caused it to stop working? The truth of the matter is, I happened. It's what I did or didn't do. That's the bottom line. I stopped taking my Keto OS every single day, twice a day, regularly. Sometimes I'd take it twice, sometimes I'd take it once, sometimes I'd forget to take it at all. And this isn't just like, sitting around the house every day and forgetting. I mean, life has been happening, right? I've been traveling for business. Of course, I had my vacation. Life is, kids and sports and school and vacations and driving people and all of that stuff happened, right? So normal life has happened. So I've stopped taking my Keto OS on a regular, consistent twice a day basis. So that's one of them. I stopped eating right all the time. I started cheating a little bit, and when I cheated a little bit, it didn't really seem to affect my weight loss. I continued to lose 2.2 pounds a week, so I cheated a little more and a little more often and with different things. And so I just really got out of the habit of eating a very consistent diet. I also started eating later than I wanted. I don't like to eat after dark or after at least like 8 p.m. and I started doing that. I don't eat a lot in the morning because I like to give my body time to recuperate. So I usually eat a meal, later in the morning. So I was eating meals earlier, just so I happened, right? So what am I going to do about it? Am I going to sit here and I can't lose any weight? It all stopped working. What's that going to do? A lot of people do that, but I mean, at the end of the day, what's it going to solve, right? I think it's really important for me to take ownership of it. I mean, this is me. I got fat because of things that I did. Nobody held me down and stuffed donuts in my mouth. I ate that. I ate steaks and baked potatoes. Which I still eat steak, by the way. But I ate those desserts and I ate all of the heavy carbs and all the heavy sugar stuff, and I got to this because of what I've done. So I need to take responsibility for it. Also, I lost 45 pounds because I took responsibility and I was taking my Keto OS regularly and I was eating good food regularly, and that got me to where I'm at. Now, should I just go back to doing all of that? Well, yes, absolutely I should. But I did notice too that even while I was doing, mostly all the things right, a couple things were happening. One, I had planned on doing more exercise and I never did. Matter of fact, I fell back on my exercise. I wasn't getting my 10,000 steps a day in, and I haven't been getting 10,000 steps a day in. And that means I also didn't do the extra exercise I was going to start adding back in. And it's really hard with my lifestyle to set a time that I'm going to go to the gym, set a time. And I've got equipment here as well. My son's a college athlete, and he was a high school athlete. My daughters are high school athletes. So we have workout equipment here. But just being committed to that and doing that. So I haven't been able to do that. So I need to come up with some strategies of how do I continue to lose weight, and not just do what I'm doing, which is the kind of the diet and just do whatever I want. I mean, I've been pretty good about the food I've been eating, but I need a little more structure, and I need to try to do things a little bit better. So let's look at what I know for fact, right? So I know for fact when I take Keto OS twice a day, I usually lose weight. Okay, for fact that when I eat better food, I usually lose weight. Fact. All right. When I exercise, even a little, I tend to lose weight. Fact. And then when I don't do those things, I don't work out, I don't take my Keto OS twice a day, I don't eat as good and healthy meals as I'm supposed to, I don't lose weight, or I even gain weight. Now, the good news is, because I didn't completely fall off and just completely start going crazy and eating pizza every night, I was just, falling off here and there and not being consistent. I didn't really gain a lot of weight. I've been at this 240, 242 for several months now, and my body's kind of stabilized there. So, that's a good part to this. I didn't balloon back up. I didn't gain that 45 pounds back, but I'm just not losing. I'm not losing weight right now. So if I know all the facts, then all I've got to do is go back and change those things, take ownership and fix those things. And again, this is not a, quick weight loss for me. I never planned on cutting a bunch of weight. I'm a coach. I've coached wrestlers. I know how to cut a bunch of weight. And that's not what I'm planning on doing, okay? This is a long-term program for me. I gained weight over many, many years, and I'd like to lose 100 pounds in a year. I may or may not be able to do that now that I've stalled for a couple months, but that's still my goal. And if it takes me a year and a half, or 2 years, then that's fine. It took me 20 years to get to where I'm at. So, if it takes me a year or two to get back down to a healthy weight, I'm okay with that. So let's look at what I'm going to do. Basically, starting today, I'm going to consider this phase 2 of my weight loss program. Okay, of my getting healthy and continuing to lose weight. So starting today, I am going to go back and recommit myself to taking my Keto OS twice a day, getting my 10,000 steps in, and eating a healthy diet. Now, I am going to start a doctor-supervised weight management program. Doing the diet on my own was good, but I think I was very loose with it, and I think some days maybe I ate too much, and some days I was eating out of range, and I was tracking it sometimes. And that's the other thing. I was tracking it, and then I stopped tracking it, and so I've been introduced to a diet weight loss management program that I'm starting today. It's a doctor supervised program that's all over the country. They've got 47 clinics doing it. 22,000 people have been through this program, so it's not something new. I'm not doing something new. It's still based on a low carb a diet program, and I'll talk about all of that in another video, but I am going to start another diet program, but something that is still low carb, because I really enjoy actually eating more protein and vegetables than eating the carbs. I feel better. It seems to work for me, but I need some structure. I need something to help me manage the way I'm eating, and not just me, eating whatever and however I'm doing it. So I'll talk about that in another video, and I'll put a link below this video so that you can watch that as well. All right, let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, so let's just do this. I'm going to keep this a short video. Let me just wrap this up with saying that I've been taking this Keto OS. I like taking it. I like having therapeutic ketones in my body. I feel better. I have mental clarity. I've been sleeping better. I have my Fitbit and I'm tracking my sleep. And when I take my Keto OS, I get better sleep. When I don't, I don't. That's the fact for me. So anyways, they've got a bunch of. I normally take this one, and I've got some of it back there. But this is the 2.0. This is the Orange Dream. Actually, this one is, I think, 2.1. This is a 2.1. And this tastes like an orange popsicle, and you just put it in some water and drink it. But they've got this other one that I just got some of, and I'd gotten some samples previously, and I tried it, and it was really good. But this is basically the same thing. It's Keto OS, but it's chocolate. So I'm actually going to bust this open and take some now. Kind of cool. It comes in this little thingy where you can just pull a serving out. Kind of cool. There you go. So today I'm starting it back again. 2 of these a day. 1 in the morning. It is about 9 o'clock this morning. I'm a little late. I like to take this between 6 and 9, but I knew I wanted to make this video this morning, so I spent the morning writing my notes, kind of getting my head clear on what I was going to say. So I'm going to put this in here just as I have done before. Bottle of water. Nothing special, just a bottle of water. Pour this bad boy in here. Now, one of the cool things with this chocolate flavored, because that's what this 3.0 is, it's a chocolate swirl. You can actually bake with this, and you can put it in other things. You can also put this into a bullet style mixer blender thingy with some ice and make a nice refreshing little frothy chocolate ice creamy thing. That's kind of cool. I like doing that sometimes. But just take it. I hate these cheap water bottles I buy. I buy them because they're cheap, and then they spray me every time I shake it. All right, so shake this bad boy up, and I'm going to drink this in the next 15-20 minutes. It tastes like chocolate. Tastes like chocolate. That twist cone, that vanilla chocolate twist cone. That's what it tastes like. Pretty cool. So anyways, going to take that twice a day. Going to go back to eating a low-carb, healthy diet. I'm going to probably start managing my portions a little bit more. This diet program doesn't really do counting calories or whatever, but it does a point system, whatever. So I'm going to try that, and I think that'll help me too, because I think I was at times maybe eating too much protein, not even realizing it, or eating too much fructose in some sweet fruit and stuff, and then sometimes the food combination. That's one of the big things, is the food combination. So that's that. I'll wrap up with this. I'm not a Pruvit employee, whatever. I do make, if somebody buys the Keto OS stuff from me, I make a couple bucks. Believe me, it doesn't even pay for what I buy, because I'm taking this, two servings a day. I think this is about $4 a serving or something. I don't even know. You gotta go look, but I think it's about $4 a serving. And I don't know what I make. I make a couple bucks, not very much. But so if you want to take this, buy it from me, buy it from somebody else. I don't really care. If you want my help, by all means, let me know. And that's really the deal. Why am I making this video? People have watched my other videos. They said they've liked them. They want me to continue to comment. This is not I haven't sat down to write a script to try to convince you one way or the other of what you should or shouldn't do. Maybe you shouldn't do any of this. Maybe you should do something completely different. Maybe you hate the low-carb lifestyle and you want to go do a counting calories, low-calorie diet, whatever. If you don't do this, do something, because your family deserves to have you around. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get the same results, right? I mean, I think it's Einstein that says doing the same thing and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity, right? So if you don't do this, do something else. If I can help in any way, send me an email. The email actually does come to me. I don't have like a staff, or this isn't my job. This is just something I'm doing to get healthy. And my email really is anthony@anthonyflatt.com. It'll be below this video somewhere as well. If you've got any questions, send me an email. I'll do what I can to help. Go out and do your own research. Make sure you know what you're doing. Talk to your doctor about whatever it is. The Keto OS and this lifestyle has helped me get off of my statins for cholesterol. It's also helped me lower my blood pressure. So those are two of the biggest benefits I've gotten on this 250-day journey, because I don't take any medication for my statins or for my cholesterol or for my blood pressure. Both of those have come down. I test my blood every day. You should too as well. So anyway, if you need any help, let me know. I'll help you any way I can. This is Anthony starting phase 2 of my my keto journey, my weight loss journey, and I'll make some more videos and we'll see how this goes. All right, take care.